Hello again. I am now going to be talking about a reflection of my filmed lesson in which I taught the Spanish 2 Pre-AP course, a lesson about letter writing, understanding text comprehension, and learning about art interpretation. Following this lesson, I noticed that the students were able to develop their writing skills. And a great way to increase literacy among students is to increase their timed writing and to incorporate writing as much as possible into each lesson. Now, with Spanish learning, the students don't get as many opportunities to express their thoughts because they're not as capable of writing what they normally would be writing in English because they haven't learned all of the vocab and the complex grammar structures yet. But in my lessons, I try to incorporate as much letter writing and writing as possible to help them produce better writing down the road. Further, I wanted to incorporate reading a text. While it was a short text for the time allotted, I wanted for them to get to practice reading and answering questions about the reading, because a lot of times students will read things and never have to be held responsible for what they read. So I provided them with 4 short questions following the reading to make sure that they understood what they were reading about. Further, I incorporated the use of a famous artist, Frida Kahlo, and I wanted them to have time to interpret the art according to their own personal ideas, because a lot of times the students and young children are just told how to interpret an art piece, but a lot of times they aren't given the freedom to interpret it for themselves. So I wanted them to be able to express their thoughts and opinions about a specific piece of art that also was incorporated into a photograph of a famous artist. So there were a lot of elements that were being worked in the very specific assignment. Further, at the end of their writing period, I asked for the students to come to the front of the classroom to practice their reading and their speaking. A lot of the students struggle with public speaking and demonstrating what they've written, and they've written very good things, but they don't have the confidence in their work. So I wanted them to have an opportunity to express what they had written. I liked a few things about this lesson. I really liked the incorporation of art and photography. For the students, I think that incorporating art allows them to expand their minds and to see that learning does not have to come just from a textbook with a set of words, because a lot of students don't learn that way. I also really liked that they were able to write about their dream house and their desires in their dream house. A lot of students took free rein on this and really went really well in their writing, and they looked up pictures to get ideas for what they wanted to have in their dream homes. A lot of students were able to work really well with this, and they wrote without interruption, and they wanted to write as much as possible. And when I told them that their timed writing was up, they were all frustrated that they couldn't continue their writing. And this was a great shock, because a lot of times when I tell them that they have to write for 5 minutes, they shudder and don't want to continue the assignment. But when I told them that they were able to write about something that they were passionate about, they responded particularly well. I learned that students respond well to incorporation of things from their culture and things that they have gained from previous knowledge and experience. A lot of the quiet students opened up when they were given a chance to write about something they could potentially have in their own home or something that particularly interested them. Making changes moving forward toward the future, if I were to perform this lesson again, I would incorporate the use of music. While I think music can be very beneficial, I think music without words is particularly helpful to the students while they're writing, and it gives them a focus and an end goal. I think I would provide a model letter or more specific instructions on how to complete the letter according to my standards, and I would also incorporate the potential use of the point of view from the photographer of the photo and not just from the people in the photo. While I think it's very important to look back on lessons and reflect, I think that this lesson was overall a pretty good job for the students and in learning the learning goals. Thank you very much.